I've just gotten to my plot after a couple of weeks away, and it looks like we've had a little bit of frost since I've been gone. These squash aren't looking too great now, are they? I'm going to be cutting these back and laying them as a bit of a chop and drop mulch on top of the soil. So there's quite a bit on my plot that's actually been bitten by frost. The dahlias have succumbed, the cosmos aren't looking too good now either, so I'm going to be chopping lots of things back, including my fireweed as well over my bathtub, because that's all gone to seed and is starting to look a little bit straggly now. So I'm going to get rid of lots of old bits of foliage that are no longer needed and get that chopped up and put in my compost bin or across my beds to provide a little bit of mulch over winter. I love to use the chop and drop method because not only is it a little bit easier, but it also helps to provide a little bit of ground coverage on the bare soil over winter, and it helps to stop the rain from washing all of the nutrients away as well. A little ladybird resting on this leaf. So there's still a couple of little baby courgettes left on this plant, and I harvested most of the ones that wasn't frostbitten yesterday when I came to the plot. So yesterday was my first day down at the plot in 2 weeks since I've been working away at the skate retreat, and I had a lovely morning and afternoon here. I was probably down here about 5 or 6 hours feeding the robin, topping up all of the bird feeders and harvesting lots of food as well. I was quite surprised yesterday with how well the garden was faring considering the frost. Everything was still pretty much in fruit, and though lots of the flowers had started to blacken, there was still lots of colour on the plot. I managed to find lots of vegetables in the undergrowth. I found a whole bed of potatoes that I forgot about, lots of brassicas, and loads of herbs as well. So I had quite a good little yield yesterday. I wasn't expecting a very big harvest because I took lots and lots of food down to my retreats a couple of weeks ago, and I thought that was kind of the end of my harvest for the year, to be honest. But yeah, I was quite surprised with how much I did manage to pick. Loads of raspberries, loads of rosemary and sage, wormwood, mint, cauliflowers. Yesterday I took all my food home and made a lovely roast dinner, and everything was homegrown apart from the Yorkshire puddings. So I really love making entire meals from homegrown produce. Something really satisfying about it. It's just started raining a little bit now, and we've had a bit of a funny day. Earlier on when I got here this morning, I was gardening in just my vest and I had to take off my layer of thermals. And now the temperatures started to dip and it's starting to trickle a little bit, but it's quite nice. So we've had quite a warm October really. It's only just starting to dip a little bit. Usually my retreats are quite cold and are packed with really cold weather, but actually the first 10 days was quite warm. It was really weird actually. One of the days we were all walking around in shorts and t-shirts, which is not very usual for that time of year where we were. The last weekend was the camping weekend. Usually the guests stay in really cute huts, so renovated railway cabins and renovated kind of grain silos made out of tin, and some of them are little tiny A-frame birdhouses that are all really cute. But on the last weekend we had a lot more guests, so we had lots and lots of campers in the tents, and on the last day, actually the night that we were leaving, we woke up to frost, so I was really glad that the campers didn't have to wake up to that because they would have been pretty cold. It's absolutely beautiful out here, and I don't mind the rain, but I don't want my camera to get wet, so I'm going to go inside and do a couple of little jobs in the greenhouse until it slows down a little bit. But there's quite a few things to do in here. It is an absolute mess. I think for the time being, I'm just going to get all of these tomatoes cut down and bagged up. But yeah, it does need a really good clean out in here. You can see, actually, it's probably mostly just surface mess. It probably won't take that long to clear, but my brick house, however, I don't take you in here very much because this is a mess. Lots to clear out in here, but that is a working fireplace, by the way, and I do stoke that up in one of my previous videos if you want to see how that works. And I do want to get this room cleared and a bit more fire safe for winter, because I do really love to make a nice little cozy fire in there when it's snowing outside. It's really lovely. But yeah, I think I'm just going to cut down a few of these tomato plants in here and wait for the rain to stop outside. First off, I can harvest some of the remaining tomatoes on here, and some of them don't look too bad actually. Got quite a few of these, what are they? Pink vernissage arts. Quite a few of those here. They're just starting to ripen up, and I've also got a lovely black one here that's looking like it's ripening. I've just spied down here as well some little nibbled tomatoes. So it looks like the rats have gotten in here. I made use of all of the unripe tomatoes from these blighted plants by making green pickled chutney and also green pickled tomatoes as well. And we use those as condiments and kind of side dishes on the welcome spreads for the guests at the retreats. And they were pretty good actually. In fact, the food over the past 2 weeks has just been incredible. We had a really great chef and actually a really great team of people in the kitchen, and all of the staff and volunteers were incredible this year. I couldn't have asked for a better team. And the feedback that we had from the guests as well was amazing. They all seemed to really vibe with that seasonal, nourishing, wholesome forage menus and all of the meals. Food is such a massive part of the retreats, and I really love to just show people all of the amazing food and flavours and textures and nutrition that is literally grown on our doorstep. So every couple of days we went out on a foraging walk and we showed around the mushrooms and the plants and stuff that we had literally growing right outside the skate ramps and where we were staying. And it was amazing to see how passionate and excited they all were. And I just love to share what I've learned and my experiences and the things that excite and inspire me about foraging. So yeah, it's really great to be able to share my passions for both of those in these retreats. And I can't believe that this is what I do for a job. I'm just so grateful for all of the staff and the team that helped to make it such a magical event for all the guests, and for all the guests for coming along as well. It's really such a joy to be able to host them. So I don't think this rain is going to stop anytime soon. So I think I might call it a day, get home and start cooking some food. I think I'm getting a bit peckish, but it's nice to be back at the allotment and it's great to check back in. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.